So, the National Academy of Scientist Education has really two major aims and two major programs. One of them from curiosity to career, which is happening today. We would like to wake up and support your curiosity. The second is also to support, to bring science for society benefits. And why do we need it? Because any kind of healthcare challenge is coming. You just realized COVID-19, dementia, cancer disease, or any kind of disease. First, you need scientific knowledge, solid-based scientific understanding before you try to help for the community. However, science needs talented young people and also creative ideas. But what is the problem? Why these kind of programs we need? Here is a map from worldwide, from Asia, from Europe, from America, and this is a table about the interest of young people for science, which are clearly declining. We need to do something. We have to show the young generation why science is important. So besides this declining fact, we also need a strong medicine, a strong background of clinicians, dietitians, professionals who understand the scientific knowledge and apply in a daily practice. For that, we need healthcare professionals who are scientifically oriented. However, we are not doing well today. And if we look at the statistical data, this is scary. If we look at how much we are currently using our knowledge in medicine is not good enough. Here on the map, you can see that annually, under 75, 1.7 million people die. However, 1.2 million people's deaths could have been avoided. How? With a better prevention and a better treatment. 2/3 of these deaths. Why? Because also the public and also the people in healthcare are not using very efficiently the scientific knowledge. So the other part of science is also extremely important. However, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them, so we need new models. And what is the new model? This is a nationwide program, and we established two programs. One of them which started in Szeged in 2012, and in 2013 when we established the foundation. This is from curiosity to career. And now we have more than 3,500 students. We have 138 university students, 241 mentors, and already 20 Nobel Laureates who visited us. The other program, which started in 2016 at the University of Péter, and later on moved to Semmelweis University, which engage lots of healthcare professionals for science. And within 4 years, at Semmelweis University, 352 PhD students came with 730 projects which directly benefit for the society. But today, let me speak a little bit about the first project, and tomorrow, those who are also coming to Budapest, we will speak about From Science to Society project. So here is the beginning. We celebrated 75th anniversary of Albert and Hegyi's Nobel Prize. When we invited young people, they came and they enjoyed celebrating of science. And at the beginning was really, really very difficult. And we needed very strong supporters like the city, like the government, and also pharmaceutical companies to start the program. And the big change was in 2015 when we received a larger grant and we established the Szeged Scientists Academy, which later became the National Academy of Scientist Education. So we created a completely new educational model, which we called systems education. But how the program looks like, let's look at the structure from high school to university. We start every year sensitizing young high school students, 1,500, where they come the first time to the lab, to understand whether they like science or not. It's the same like in sport, to understand somebody likes football or not, give a ball, kick to the net, whether to see you enjoy or not. This is our aim in the lab as well. However, those students who like it, let's keep them in the lab. This is the second day of the program, and this is the bronze level, when the students coming regularly, the silver level, when they continue interested in biomedicine, and finally, the 150 students per year who are already committed to science before joining to the university, and in the universities and the research labs, they are in a go in and out system. It's highly important after that two major categories of science is one of them, the discovery science, which the people would like to be a scientist as a career. We have lots of speakers today who are in this group. However, it's equally important, as I showed you the statistical data, to have people who are using this model. So what is it about systems education? This is a continued new word. So systems education included huge amount of different techniques, huge amount of different methodologies, including lab works, hospitals, universities, Nobel meeting, research labs, diplomas, everything all together for the students. And as I mentioned, in the bronze part, the students have different kind of laboratory exercises, a clear curricula, how they can go forward. In the silver part, also there are expectations. We are growing the number of experiments they can do in the lab. And finally, who are reaching the gold medals, it's also really highly important for them to be. However, we just motivate the students at the beginning, but to retain the information, the school-leaving high school students already teaching the first-year students, high school students who enter, because you can retain the knowledge if you also teach. So before the students entering to the university, they have teaching experience, they were in the hospital, they tried the experience, and they have scientific research experience. So in the program, they learn all the biomedical exercises. They also go to the hospitals, to the skill lab to see where the scientific knowledge is utilized. But how we can do that, how we can have so many students here, this is definitely not our achievement. This is the high school and the high school teachers' achievement. So the program has national-based laboratories, which we have actually 7 in the countries. In every county in Hungary, we establish laboratories with equipment, and we teach the teachers also how to do basic laboratory exercises. And we are so proud that from among the 650 high schools from Hungary, if you add these numbers, already 50% of them is in the program. Who are the heroes in this program? It's very easy to say. Not the founders, not the organizers, the teachers. We are gifted to have 29 teachers who are regularly doing the basic labs, but we have other 420 students who are bringing the kids to that. I would like to ask all teachers to stand up, please, for a moment. All teachers, please stand up. Please stand up and give a big applause for the heroes of the program. Thank you very much for all of your dedicated works. The students are here and they are growing because your commitment to the program. Of course, these students need to be taken and continue the work, and we are very happy to have the universities and also the Hungarian Research Network, which is a strong foundation of Hungarian science. And here you can find all leading biomedical technology, advanced technology. It's not surprising that Hungarian scientists are also leaders in the world. You can find in vivo imaging, you can have high-resolution imaging, biotechnology, but you can find advanced gene editing, advanced electrophysiology, high-content technologies, and I can say from minute to minute all other technologies which are there. Of course, discovering something is not dependent on which journal you publish. You will hear today how many big discoveries were published or were rejected first in the top journals. But for an institutional part, always having numbers is a good sign of a solid foundation. And if we look at that, it's only one country, 6 institutions, a little bit more than 200 mentors, but the publication record suggesting and showing that this is a solid base in Hungary, to stay in Hungary, go to the university, and continue your research activities. And as I mentioned at the beginning, that we need to go to society. The society needs to understand the power of science, so we are continuously publishing articles to the public in different printed and online and broadcasted media, because it's highly important we could see in COVID-19 disease that this is an unmet need for the population to understand. We are very happy that Hungary is a global leader in science education, so we are very proud that not only we believe this program, but the two programs were accepted very well by also the big leaders in journals, and Nature Medicine, which is one of the leaders, found the 2 programs really good enough for their publications. But how the other distinguished guests thinking about the program, I would like to show you this video which summarizing the discovery part of this program.
Science is an enterprise that relies upon young people and their ideas, and science will stop if we can't motivate young people to move into science.
Science is an indispensable element of progress and the future. Science changes lives when discovery leads to action. The National Academy of Scientist Education makes this happen through 2 programs. The Discovery Science Program, which focuses on nurturing future researchers, and the Translational Science Program, which turns knowledge into real-world applications. In 2013, to discover and train young talents in Hungary, the National Academy of Scientist Education launched its educational program based on 2 main constituent elements: secondary school education program and university education program. More than 3,600 pupils and their teachers from 280 partner schools participate in the secondary school program. Both theoretical and practical education of the highest level is delivered in 7 national education centers and 25 regional education centers under the direction of 29 St. Georgi senior teachers, whose primary goal is to start fostering from an early age the success of talented pupils who wish to opt for a career in research in the future. Pupils can regularly attend laboratory practices, multi-day project-based training, and receive theoretical education at the regional base school closest to their home.
They have exposure to laboratory exercises. They have devoted teachers.
It is extremely important these days that we approach children and young students in middle school and get them informed and hopefully interested in natural sciences.
I became a scientist because I realized that as a doctor, we are treating things very, very incompetently, not because we as doctors are bad, but because we just as humans don't understand what's going on.
Thanks to the results of recent years, the university training program of the Academy expanded into a nationwide program in 2021, involving all the cities in Hungary that have a higher education establishment dedicated to life sciences. The most important element of the university education program is that each St. Georgi student has the opportunity to conduct research work under the supervision of a St. Georgi mentor. These mentors are all recognized scientists selected for the job on the basis of professional criteria, and their main task is to help foster the professional career of their mentees.
I see it as a very really pioneering program which does not exist in most countries, and I think it's a real service to the community and also to science.
It's very important to start early to engage people in science, but it's also very important to support young researchers both during their training and as they become independent investigators, to provide adequate support to allow them to succeed early on in their careers.
Thanks to the expansion of the program, the number of students and mentors has increased significantly in recent years. Besides the several professional and social events, students of secondary schools and universities, as well as healthcare professionals, can attend the meetings of Nobel Laureates and talented students, which are organized by the Academy twice a year. At the conferences, approximately 2,000 guests, pupils, students, mentors, doctors, and other faculty members can listen to scientific presentations of professional quality, participate in educational events, and meet or talk to Nobel Prize-winning scientists and internationally renowned researchers. Since the first meeting in 2012, the Academy has held 24 successful conferences, with the prestigious participation of 18 Nobel laureates hailing from different parts of the world.
There seems to be a real energy, and you have such a heritage of scientific discovery in Hungary that I think it would be a shame if you don't capitalize upon it, build upon it. I see you're doing that.
Everybody was very engaged, I would say. I mean, I think the future for young Hungarian scientists is looking quite bright, actually. I mean, as we know, there's plenty of talent here. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Wish them luck.
But of course, we are not stopping at that stage. We would like to expand the institutions. I am more than happy to welcome the institutional leaders of the Ötvös Loránd University Faculty of Sciences and the Hungarian Research Network, also science centers, because we would like to expand. We never satisfied what we achieve. We always would like to bring more institutions and more students. The second expanding horizons by 2030, that, as you know, Bert Szekman was the initiator to start the biomedical one, but we are very gifted in Hungary because we have Ferenc Krausz, who received the Nobel Prize in 2023. We had lots of discussions already in the last couple of months, more than 4 or 5 discussions, that this program, which is already running in biomedical sciences, we would like to expand it for physics, mathematics, informatics, and also to expand further for chemistry, organic and synthetic sciences. And if we achieve, we will grow, and by 2030, there will be around 5,000 high school students infected for scientific knowledge. But as Academia of Europea, which is the largest academy in Europe, having many, many brilliant scientists, Nobel laureates, covering all classes, all sciences with 27 sections, we would like to expand the European vision for a global vision, and we are already very happy that Academia of Europea, including the National Academy of Scientist Education, Semmelweis University, had already established a network with the Chinese University of Hong Kong and also the Shenzhen Center for Advanced Technology to start building an intercontinental research network, which is an ultimate goal and the only possibility to face for the challenges we are looking in advance. So the mission of the National Academy of Scientist Education is the blooming, the infinite possibilities and endless dreams of young people. So we are very thankful for the supporters, including cities, including the Hungarian research networks and the government. And I'm really, really very pleased now also to open the 24th meeting of Nobel Laureates and talented students. Thank you so much for being here.